Toxic algae is killing dogs and pets, also called cyanobacteria. And we've already had multiple cases of people's dogs dying from this. The odds of use of your animal, your pet surviving is very slim. You know, your dog's out in this weather, and we're extremely hot here. I think we're 110 Fahrenheit today. And here in Tennessee, I went and hit the road with my gun just to see what that was at. That was 145 Fahrenheit. It's hot out there. It's really hot. And one thing people I've noticed do, if it's wintertime, they'll put a blanket in their car, you know, it's minus 30 below, they'll take some precautions. But when summertime comes, people don't take precautions. Like I always take drinking water with me all the time when I leave anywhere. You don't know if you're going to break down. And if you're going to take your dog for a walk, I mean, understand, bacteria grows and becomes dangerous in heat. Always has. You know, just even when you go outside where your garbage is kept and all of a sudden, you know, the flies plant their eggs, you get maggots and everything. I mean, the heat just breeds everything. And people don't take it very serious. This toxic algae is killing people's pets, and I'm sure it's killing regular animals too. Because, you know, these animals don't have the knowledge of what's going on. Where did toxic algae come from? I mean, is it part of nature? Did we do it? Well, sadly enough to tell you guys, we did it. Us humans did it. Because of all the fertilizers that we use in the farms, it actually has a lot of nitrogen, and the nitrogen goes into the waterways. The algae itself breeds off nitrogen like no tomorrow, and it just keeps breeding and spreading, and the next thing you know it, we get this toxic algae. So we have created this ourselves. We need to be more aware of what we're doing to our environment, and it seems like as long as the almighty dollar's there, nobody cares. But right now with this heat going on, take this very seriously like winter. Try to stay indoors. Don't be outside for a long time. Even go for a walk around your yard and see if there's any standing water, any algae growing, and remove it. Like I have a bird bath outside, and every 2 days I go out there, we dump it, and we wash it and with soapy water. We'll give it a good rinse, and then we fill it with nice cool water again. I make sure there's no standing water whatsoever in my yard. That serves a couple purposes. I mean, I don't have a bunch of mosquitoes building up. I don't have algae building up. I mean, water is basically, it's not good when it's sitting. You know, even when houses get flooded, you'll see that they have to gut the entire house. Water is horrible. So go outside right now if you're watching this video. Go do a walk around your yard and pay attention to any standing water whatsoever and get rid of it immediately. I don't care if it's in a paint can. I don't care if it's in an old tire. Get rid of it. You're doing nothing but creating poison by leaving standing water. Especially with all the stuff they're finding that mosquitoes can transmit to us now and to our animals. It's just ridiculous. But if you're going to be out there, make sure you keep your dog on a leash. Make sure you got him under control at all times. You don't want that dog drinking anything it should not drink. If it's going to drink water, it's water that you've given your dog. Because this toxic algae is everywhere. It could be in pools that people are not maintaining anymore. Florida's got a lot of it going on right now. And a lot of people, you know, if they don't have the money to maintain their pools, the water sits stagnant in the pool, breeds mosquitoes, and at the same time, wow, now it's building toxic algae, this cyanobacteria like crazy. Now I have a couple links for you guys to check out in the bottom. But the cyanobacteria, there are many strains that come from it, okay? It's not just one type. And they say here that it's fatal within 30 minutes to 24 hours if you suspect your dog has been poisoned with cyanobacteria. Time is of the essence for veterinarian care. You know, vomiting, diarrhea, depression, loss of appetite, weakness, stumbling around, and blood inside its stools. I mean, convulsions, seizures. I mean, it's a horrible way to go when this stuff gets inside your dog, I'll tell you. That's for sure. But usually when you have a little bit of green algae and you'll see a little bit it's really not that bad then. I mean, you'll see it in the fall, you'll see it there. It's not bad for you whatsoever, even if your animal is to go and take a drink. But when the summer starts to heat up and the nitrogens get into the water, and now this stuff breathes like crazy and just goes off rampaging, then it starts to turn a blue color, then it has like a paint type of across the water, then it really starts to get dangerous. So I thought that was all interesting when I was researching this, and I was like, well, I'm just not letting my dog drink any water that's out in the wilderness. I mean, I do a fair bit of camping and photography when I'm out, and I'm not letting my dog near the water. Period. My dog's not getting anything but water I give it. Because of what man's doing to the environment and all this harsh treatment, we're destroying everything out there. Pretty soon you're not even going to be able to go camping. You're not going to be able to leave your house. Big $1 million corporations don't care as long as they keep making their bottom line and their dollar. We are destroying this planet. And people are not paying attention. So, as of right now, pay attention to your yard. Pay attention to your environment, what's going on around you, and make sure you know where your pets are at all times. This can actually kill cats too. This stuff can kill cows. I mean, it depends on how concentrated it is in the different waterways. So even farmers have to get out there and look around and see what's going on. And if this stuff starts growing someplace, they got to get rid of it fairly quick, or their animals are going to be killed. This toxic algae is nothing to look at as, oh yeah, sure, it won't happen to me deal. Make sure it doesn't happen to you. Take the steps to go outside, check your yard, your dog's on a leash, your dog's inside. Don't just think it won't happen to you and I'm going to let my dog go and run, and the next thing you know, I'm the next case on Facebook crying that my dog has died. This is nothing to mess with. Pay attention to what's around you and what your dogs are drinking and where they're going. Personally, myself, I'm hibernating for the next 2 weeks until this weather is done with before I even go out into the wilderness. And that's all there is to it. I'm just not going to put my dog at risk. At any rate, this toxic algae is really horrible. And make sure you protect your pets. Catch you guys on the next one.